Foster, and we'll now hear from the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Hensarling, for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Clearly, there were a number of causes to our nation's economic turmoil. Most had their genesis in flawed public policy, particularly with respect to the affordable housing mission of the government-sponsored enterprises Fannie and Freddie, a story we know all too well. Now, to state the obvious, the three major credit rating agencies badly missed the national housing bubble. That does not necessarily make them duplicitous. It doesn't necessarily make them incompetent. It just makes them wrong, very, very wrong. It is also a painful, inexpensive reminder that there is no substitute for some modicum of investor due diligence and personal responsibility. Now, there is a sincere bipartisan desire for credit rating agency reform in this committee. Unfortunately, I believe the draft that is before us now falls short. Now, there are a number of good provisions in the draft, in Chairman Kanjorski's draft, including essentially removing the NRSRO designation from current statute and regulation. Unfortunately, the bill also includes provisions that will allow new liability exposure, including joint liability for the rating agencies. I feel that these sections will actually increase barriers to entry in the rating market and make it more difficult to have competition. An increase in lawsuits will become, I believe, an insurmountable barrier to competition. The joint liability provision especially troubles me. To make every rating agency potentially liable for the ratings of other agencies, I don't see the parallel anywhere else in our body of law. I heard someone say that that's a little like making Ford liable for a defective car manufactured by GM and then not giving Ford a chance to defend themselves. No nation can sue its way into economic recovery and financial stability. Increasing the agency's liability does not get at the root of the problem, which is the de facto government stamp of approval behind the rating agency's work product. That is indeed where we need to go. People assume wrongly that the government stamp of approval meant accurate ratings. Congress took a good step with the Credit Rating Agency Reform Act, but it was too little, too late. Again, there's a vitally important lesson we have all learned about implied government backing. And so I want to compliment the chairman and the ranking member for having a bill before us that would essentially terminate the NRSRO designation. But unless we eliminate all barriers to entry, I am fearful that it is all for naught. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back the balance of my time.